One of the greatest blessings a man can have is a true brother, a true friend. When we want for our brother the same thing we want for ourselves, the well-being of our brother becomes our well-being. His security becomes our security. His happiness becomes our happiness. But also his pain and his sorrow becomes our pain and our sorrow. His problem becomes our problem. As brothers, if we live up to that, and that, sisters, is involved.
All right, I'm just making sure that's clear. I've been having a hard time getting these clips to play. So hopefully that came through. What I'm actually about to do, and appreciate anybody in the half space, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you're catching this from, Twitter. Hell, I guess Twitch, you even got a few people that are checking things out. I want to share it through a few Facebook groups. Excuse me. And let me get on here, make sure I got it. I got the feed going through Facebook, yeah. So let me put it on a couple. You know, there's a few pages that I would like to share this live with, whether they will have it go live on their actual Facebook page. You know, I'm gonna bring it up. But talking about liberation, you know, I think that my attempt should always be to bring in the family. And, you know, that would be descendants of freedmen, descendants of slavery. You know, that would always be to bring in people who are locked in mentally where I am. You know, I know there's people who are allies, I guess, or they say they're allies. I'm not sure if they're allies or not, or they just don't want to be on the wrong side of history when shit starts to drop. But I think we need to start figuring out who our allies are, and we accept their cohesion, but we have to also accept it and understanding that, you know, this is our pilgrimage. And if they're going to be with us in our pilgrimage, then we need to. This is a weird ass car. So they were parked where I'm parked right now. And then they chose to leave. Now they're back. But I'm parked where they were parked. I was looking for this spot just to have some more shade on my vehicle. Appreciate everybody that's in the half space now, everybody that's giving, Brother Brian, Brother Free, or Sister Free, excuse me, Sister Rochelle. I appreciate y'all. I might not be locked in on the chat room as much because I'm really going to try to focus on talking about liberation and whoever this bum ass motherfucker is that keeps moving their car in and around. I'm not sure exactly what they're doing. They're probably smoking. You know, they might be smoking. They might be doing whatever. But I moved to this spot because I'm trying to get to the furthest point in this space so nobody really has to fuck with me. I ain't got to worry about no cross traffic. I can see people, you know, canoeing and kayaking and inner tubing, but that's about it. I'm just in a space, but now they done came back and parked 2 spaces over. So hopefully I don't have to get interrupted in this bitch. But let me keep going. I think I got everybody that I need to. Nah, I can't put black fathers on here because they decline every post that I put up. You know, as a black father, as a black grandfather, I don't even put post up there because, you know, they more concerned about what type of lotion they sons are jacking off to than anything and stupid shit like that. I'm not into that. You know, you want to talk about that locker room talk, you want to talk about that offline, that's cool. But where I'm at now, I'm getting back to talking about repair, and I'm getting back to talking about where real business needs to be for us as a collective. I mean, I'm actually kind of torn right now because that's why I put the post up about I don't really want to call myself a black man anymore. They done gave black to people that don't deserve black. And I'm sorry, you don't know my struggle. You haven't lived my struggle. You don't know my people's struggle. You haven't lived my people's struggle. You can't be what I am. And I was saying, and it's just too much to have to do, but I was saying that I was more than black. I said that for a quick minute. I was saying that I was more than black, you know, but I'm not going to have to explain how I'm more than black to anybody. So I don't want to have to even go down that road anymore. And I'm not going to go down that road anymore because frankly, I'm insulted. I'm really insulted at exactly where we are as a people, and not enough of us really give a fuck, and not understanding the dynamics of which we're in. We can be crushed within the next 5 to 10 years. We can be crushed if we don't stand up and get political behavior going for us. And this just ain't about black politicians. It just ain't about white politicians. I'm talking about local, state, and federal politics need to involve us, period. If they're not going to, then just lay down now. Don't waste the time. Because then we know who's not going to fight for this. You can roll off to the side or go somewhere else, because when shit gets tight, they're going to kick you back to us anyway. It ain't like that. There's black people that don't want to fight for repair and reparations and whatnot, that they think they can go to the white supremacist side. No. Because when the war starts, they're going to kick you back to where you're supposed to be. And then you won't know us. We won't know you. And then you'll be somebody without a collective. So I'm looking for liberation. And I know that a lot of people don't really know what liberation truly means. You know, when they hear liberation, you know, the first thing that you're going to think of is freedom. The first thing you're going to think of is freedom. I get it. And that's good. That's a great start. That's a great start. I think I screenshotted this shit. Make sure I ain't got to go back in there. Yeah, I did. So that's a great start to know that liberation, you know, to liberate. Now we hear the term liberal. A lot of times when I think we hear liberals, we think that people that are liberals, they're free. But no, they're not. And I'm going to take my time with this. And I'm going to scroll back into the chat because I'm trying to be focused early on so we can have some dialogue, trade back and forth. Hopefully some family from some places don't normally catch me live, get on, probably be on the thing 45 minutes to an hour if everything all plays out. But I want to play again what I know that nobody heard, because I played it right at the beginning of the segment before everybody started getting chopped in. I want to play something from Betty Shabazz, and it's really a great definition. It's a great definition of what we need to be really living by out here. Okay, goddamn, fucking Bluetooth. Here we go. There we go.
One of the greatest blessings a man can have is a true brother, a true friend. When we want for our brother the same thing we want for ourselves, the well-being of our brother becomes our well-being. His security becomes our security. His happiness becomes our happiness. But also his pain and his sorrow becomes our pain and our sorrow. His problem becomes our problem. As brothers, if we live up to that, and that, sisters, is involved.
This week on Urban Confrontation, Mrs. Betty Chavez, widow of the...
And listening to that, I've listened to that whole segment before. I've even pulled audio from that segment from prior cast. And when I think about that, I look at the way things are out here. And I don't believe that people really understand that if you and another person collect and y'all on some good shit, y'all are strong. But if you are doing one thing and this other person is doing one thing and you're not together, you're divisive. You both might make out, but you could be stronger together, but you're divided and you're not going to make as much in the long run had you got together. What's even worse is two people doing the same thing and one person dogging the other person for doing the same thing they're doing to try to get people to pull to them. You want people to glean to you even though you built on negativity, even though you built on something that's not right, but you want them to do for you and not for this other person that's doing the same exact thing that you're doing. I don't understand that type of behavior. And I'm a separatist in many fashions. I don't believe in the symbolism shit. I don't believe in symbolic politics. So I don't glean to that. So I will speak down on that. I won't speak down on what's in people's hearts because I know they think they're doing the right thing. But if you think you're doing the right thing and it hasn't gotten you anywhere by doing the same thing, maybe you need to rethink your thinking. That's all I'm saying. Much love to Ray. You know I love you, baby. Sunday Night Smoke. Appreciate you back in here. I think I already said something to Brother Brian. Free. Bro, appreciate y'all. Y'all already got the chat room popping. I just wanted to check back in before I got really talking about liberation again. And not wanting to engage is a problem too, Rochelle. If you don't want to engage, then disengage. Then totally get out of the way. And see, we're not willing to do that as a people. We nosy as a people. We want to stick around to see what's going to happen. Because see, when they do start talking about some real positive shit that could happen with reparations, you best believe people going to be tuned in. Up here is 2, 4, and 7. People going to be tuned in like a motherfucker. They're going to get on CNN. They're going to get on MSNBC. They don't want to be a part of the struggle, but they want to be a part of the trophy ceremony. That's a problem. That's a problem. And it's going to take us longer if people like that stay around and don't get engaged versus if they just get disengaged now and we can move forward amicably. As someone so eloquently put it, we're serious about silly things and silly about serious things. I don't know who the fuck that was, Brother Brian, but that shit is straight up spot on. We want to live like celebrities. We want to look like celebrities. We want to act like celebrities. But we don't want to work to do what that celebrity had to do to get to where they are so we can really be celebrity. See, I'm not worried about the status of it all, but liberation is freedom. And I'm free in very many aspects, but I'm not financially free. My family's not financially free. I can't pick up and move exactly where I want to right now, and I should be able to. And that's of nobody else's fault. I take chances. So I slow my own progress up sometimes by taking chances, whether they be entrepreneurial, relationships, whatever. I take chances. So it slows me up. Whereas some people, they don't take chances and they just are that go along to get along type of individual. And they think they're living good, but they don't realize they 2 paychecks, literally 2 paychecks having to make some arrangements, from having to get some affairs in order, from having to make that phone call to somebody that you know that has it to lend you something. 2 paychecks. The average black person is 2 paychecks from having to make a call. And I'm sorry, that's just not the way we should be living now. The way this country was built and the work that we've put in here, I believe that that's a problem. And I think that's where repair comes in. I'm not just looking at somebody stroking me a check or giving me a voucher that says I can go do this and I can go, no. We need to change the system around. The only way we change the system around is to change the politics. So we're not fucked up